Good morning. This is a new Surbat Gem. Thank you for listening. My name is Victor. I'm your host this morning, and we're going to talk about the VA. Um, I'm a proud vet. My VA care is through the Las Vegas clinic, and it's most wonderful, best VA in the country, I think. They built a new hospital. They have all the services in one spot. It used to be years ago, about 25 or so. I was diagnosed with macular degeneration, and I was recommended to the VA because they have some wonderful things they can do. They referred me to Tucson. I went to Tucson twice, once for basic basic training and one for computers. It just taught me so much and gave me so much confidence in myself. I come back and I open an online store selling tea, and they did a lot. And now they built that new hospital. Everything's in one central location. I'm just so proud of it. And I live in Arizona, but that's the closest VA for me to see, and it just becomes so efficient. It used to be you just go in and you have to take a number, sit down, and wait to be called to see your doctor or whatever you're doing. Now that's eliminated since they have electronic check-in with your VA card. And, um, it used to be when you get out of the doctor's office, you have to go back to the same number to make a new appointment. And now they do it all right there inside their little doctor's office. And I just couldn't be prouder. And they had a social worker there, which I've been checking into because I'm pretty old. I'm in my 80s, still healthy, but making arrangements for my passing. They helped me with the forms I need to get. If you didn't know, myself, I was in the service from 53 to 56, but I think it was from 51 to 56. The VA had a plan for vets. When you went to a nursing home, normally, I guess you sign your Social Security over to the nursing home, and they give you, what was it, $33 cash to spend on yourself, which is not much. But with the VA, they have this service with this one area of Korean vets and so forth have, is you get another $97 in cash to spend on yourself, which would be quite helpful because you don't have any money when you're in there. And like my meds, I have another form to fill out where I could keep my meds from the VA. I think when you go into a nursing home, you change your meds, so that's another good thing. And my burial, I'm taken care of through. I'm going to take care of it myself. I'm signed up with an organization here in Arizona, Life Legacy. It's like on your driver's license. When you pass away or something happens, they take your body and they harvest your organs, which helps a lot of people. But you're responsible for cremation or burial. But Life Legacy, you sign up with them. We'll be doing a program on this too, not too far away. They harvest your organs the same way. They're a nonprofit. Then they take you and they cremate you, and they send it to wherever you want to be sent. And so that saves a lot of money for the family. And if you make all these things ahead of time, so well, we will see what happens. I'm looking forward to doing that interview with the person from the Life Legacy. That's going to be interesting. My goal of doing this whole podcast was originally to get information out to vets, homeless vets. Here in Mojave County, I understand there's about 100 homeless vets at any given time. A lot of times when a vet passes away, a homeless one, they just go in a potter's grave. Or I understand in Southern California they had a incident with the bodies built up and from passing away, the homeless ones, and they just buried them in a mass grave, and they didn't even get a decent funeral. And that's what bothers me. So I'm going to be buried in a little town called Chloride. It's near Kingman on 93 going towards Las Vegas and Kingman. It's an old mining town. They have a cemetery. It's just like an old West cemetery. If you're ever this way, you just stop by and look at it and check out Chloride. But the cemetery is still by the old grandfathered in rules. You can just dig a hole and be buried. We wrote an article about this some time ago, and it was interesting. I think it was like less than $100 for your plot, and that's it, and you can bury the person yourself. But of course, you know, if the body is will be a little deeper, I'm sure. But me and my wife are going to be cremated. My wife is already gone. So, and you can put any kind of tombstone up, and myself and my wife, we're going to have an artist do something really different for a headstone or a marker. You can do all this at Chloride. But Kingman here has a nice cemetery for. They have a program for vets, which is reasonable. So I'd like to do some work on this, and if this thing works out well, I'd like to make it into a non-profit, and possibly, this is just all speculation right now. Besides help with burial for homeless vets, and there's a lot of vets that served and never got married, don't have a family, and this would probably help them a lot too. I hope maybe if we get the nonprofit to start with some housing for homeless vets. That's build portable housing, just bring it in and drop it off, and you got to have utilities, and kind of do that maybe. And if it works well, the nonprofit will take its income. I've been involved with nonprofits, and finances is always a big problem. I've dealt with this company called Frontier Herb Co-op.org. They sell all kinds of herbs, and they make their own. They get all the tea in the world and coffee, and they're really big in cooking spices. A lot of chefs use them. Highly rated. And that, being a co-op, that's another form of non-profit. And I've talked to them, and they said, fine, go for it. We sell their products online, and all the profits will go to this non-profit. Um, it simplifies things by no taxes and so forth. So that's kind of what we'd like to do here at Servat Gym, and we will. I do have experience in newspapers. I was a newspaper publisher for a while, and so I kind of know how things work on that. I learned, love the business. So till next time, thank you.